Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of Nerd Alert here of the fall semester. I am your host, Tyler Aaron. I'm here with my panel, Trey Womble and Darian Allensworth. We'll be here talking about athletes that are now actors. In the first segment, we'll go over athletes that we know that are now actors or maybe started a music career, stuff like that. In the second segment, we'll look over all of who we think that we want to become actors who are currently still athletes. And then to wrap up this episode of Nerd Alert, we will go over some athlete-actor trivia. It's going to be fun, but starting off of athletes who are now actors or, doing something, I'm going to start over across to Darian Allensworth. Who do you know that was an athlete and kind of are famous now, not for their athleticism?
I feel like a lot of the bigger time athletes have kind of turned into actors just because their names, their brand is so big. I think the obvious ones are, of course, like Michael Jordan, LeBron James with Space Jam, the movie that came out with. It was Adam Sandler producing. I can't think of the name of it at the moment, but there was a whole bunch of NBA stars who acted in that, like Trae Young, Anthony Edwards, Juancho Hernan-Gomez. So I like pretty much. I named all basketball players. It's been cool to see them kind of transfer from being the stars that they are on the court to being able to take skills and do it as an actor, and I think it's definitely been really cool seeing that for sure.
All right, Trey, what do you think?
I think the biggest ones is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and John Cena. They're the biggest ones that I can think of. I'm not really too tuned with athletes and actors, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, of course, he's been in so many movies. He was a WWE star. He played football in college and high school, I believe.
Yeah.
John Cena, WWE. Of course, everyone knows John Cena. Like Michael Jordan, LeBron, stuff, big names like that. Those are the ones that I can think of.
Yeah, definitely for me, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, John Cena. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played football at the University of Miami, and then I believe he was going to go play up in the Canadian Football League, but he declined, went into WWE, won, I believe, 17 WWE titles over the course around there, and, become a successful actor, starring in movies like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and The Game Plan, an instant Disney classic, at least for me. Mm-hmm. And now he owns the XFL, which I thought was a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a very interesting little nugget I found the other day. But even John Cena too, didn't even think about becoming a wrestler until 2000 when he was having a conversation like, hey, go take some wrestling classes, stuff, and heavyweight champion. Now he's doing, not at the peak of what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's at right now, but he's starting to get with all those movies and all that stuff. And then even basketball wise, Shaquille O'Neal, most definitely, a first round pick, dropped out of college, heading into his junior year, and he's really starting to become a big name for himself, starring in a lot of Happy Madison productions with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no, Shaq's always, he's a huge personality, right? You watch him, whether he's doing a broadcast on TNT, he's on he's with the broadcast group doing a game, and anybody just watching him can tell he is a big personality. Definitely one of those athletes that I think is fit for the screen, right? He loves the attention, he's good at handling the attention, had to do that his entire basketball career, and then he was able to transfer that into how he does in movies. And I think it's incredible. I think athletes, especially again the stars, could probably all act just because they're so, in my opinion, just because they're so used to playing under the big lights, playing with the constant scrutiny, the constant fan eye on them, right? They're put on that pedestal like a regular actor, a movie celebrity, that type of stuff. So I think that just athletes they already have that advantage when transferring over. So it's whether it's basketball, football, wrestling. John Cena, I wasn't a fan of him while he was wrestling. was never really a big fan of wrestling, but whenever I was like, oh, this guy's just he's so much. Like, what is this? But then we see him in the movies, especially like Peacemaker, the DC show, and then of course the Fast and Furious movies more so recently. I think he's been great. I mean, he's kind of that stereotypical muscle in those types of movies, but that's his role and he kills it.
Yeah, he absolutely does. I mean, and like not to mention his acting career that he has going on right now. He also is the brand ambassador for Papa John's. He's a minority owner of the Sacramento Kings. I mean, so like he has a lot on his plate, and he's just a great guy, very funny personality, and all around, just a great person, like to be able to meet and stuff like that.
And even in smaller productions, not even just like movies, but like commercials. I think that also plays a big part. Like Patrick Mahomes, Steph Curry, they kind of play in commercials. So I think commercials also play a huge role into maybe building a career into acting. Seeing Steph Curry probably be on a big screen would definitely be something to see, but he has to start out somewhere, and I think commercials are the way to go, especially with the newer gen of athletes that are coming out.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. You're starting off small with your little 30-second, minute-long commercial, or whatever that may be, and then you have, then they get into movies and stuff, and not to mention it will also draw in those basketball fans like Stephon Curry. If I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors and Stephon Curry and stuff like that, he gets onto a movie, like I want to go see that movie because he's in it, and it's great attention. I mean, for them, and it also will help them build a career when they eventually retire.
Yeah, I agree. I think too, like just talking about the commercials and advertisements, especially like over the past decade, it's been those type of ads for like star high school athletes, college athletes. It's just been getting bigger and bigger, and like the deals and the money that these college athletes are now able to make from these advertisements, commercials, whether it's just like a cameo in a movie or a commercial or an ad, they're able to do it, and I feel like it's just going younger and younger when it comes to athletes, just because of how much money is in that business. But another point too, though, is that it's not just actors, like you said, and commercials, right? It's Damian Lillard, for example. He's a rapper. He creates music, and he's been successful with that on top of playing basketball. And then as well as influencers like streamers. I would say Tyreek Hill right now for Fortnite. If anybody's seen the interview he had where he was asked who is his biggest op, and it's Peely. It's one of the coolest things. But like he's good at what he does. He interacts with his stream, which is one of the biggest things with streamers. Good streamers. He already has a crowd because he plays in the NFL. He has that audience, and he's knows how to handle fans and stuff like that because starting the NFL. And then he's fun to watch, and he enjoys playing the game, and you see he's passionate with it. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things, that not only are they passionate in the sports they play, but they're also passionate in the other stuff that they do, like acting, like music producing, like streaming. So it's definitely incredible to watch like the skill set some of these guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we wrap up this segment, just the fan interaction that you get from these players, I mean, it's gonna build their own brand. And if they want to do something when they retire, like make an album or even go into acting, or be a minority owner of the Sacramento Kings or something like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. And real quick before you cut out, the Philadelphia Eagles, that their line songs that they do for Christmas, it's amazing. You guys have to check it out. I think they just released, or they're releasing their second Christmas album. So the Philadelphia Eagles, the O-linemen, it's amazing. It's really cool. Definitely worth a check out.
It was really funny to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of music, that's going to do it for this first segment. Coming up here in the episode, we have athletes that we want to become actors, and then we'll do some trivia. But first, we're going to go over to Woo Tunes with Deanna Hernandez.
What's up, everyone? This is VooTunes. I'm Deanna Hernandez, coming on here to break down this week's Billboard Top 200 Global Edition. Coming in at number 10 is Si No Estás by Nico Quintero. With only 4 songs out on Spotify, he has been a surprising star, based on the fact that this song came out back in 2022. But the power of TikTok, he is thriving on the charts. He has been on every single week since October, and this ballad is just like, it makes me want to cry. It's so good. Full proof song, and just the power that TikTok has brought to it. And then coming in at number 9 is Last Christmas by Wham. 1st of December, you already know it's that time of year. So of course, this 1986 classic has to make an appearance. Such a vibe, such good memories that come with this song, and it's just one of the best Christmas songs, I think, for the season. And then at number 8, Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat. The power of TikTok once again. She was on the charts from our very first episode and continues to be on it now. This song, all the meanings of it aside, really is a dance song. It's super fun, and you can tell by how much this song has exploded and continue to stay on the charts. Next up, number 7 by Jungkook of BTS. It's not called number 7, it's called 7. But 7 by Jungkook of BTS featuring Latto. Jungkook breaking records. This song has gone platinum. It is the fastest song in history to reach 1 billion streams. He replaced himself on Spotify's list of most streamed songs, which I didn't know you could do, but he did. He's killing the game. Latto was a completely unexpected collab, and they just worked so well together to create this powerhouse of a song. And then number 6, Water by Tyla, another powerhouse song. Absolutely, I love this song. It has all the summer vibes that you need. I think people are hanging on to those summer vibes as we get into this warm weather, and it's just at this cold weather, and this is what we need. She is a South African star, and she's killing the game, bringing together pop and just the Amapiano created this perfect dance song together. Then we have number 5, once again, he is on here, Standing Next to You by Jungkook, one of my absolute favorite songs right now. Makes me feel like I'm in a disco, having my main character moment. His debut solo album is currently thriving, as well as the rest of the members of BTS, and it shows, and he is just going and making more and more records. But be sure to keep an eye out, because this song is going to be released as a remix with the icon himself, Usher, right before Jungkook heads out for military service. Then, number 4, Cruel Summer, Taylor Swift. You know she had to be on here. She is a permanent member of the top 10 every single week. This is coming off of her Lover album, and she's just taking the charts in her control. This song honestly has started to grow on me and is giving me all the summer vibes that I need. Truly an iconic Taylor song. Then, number 3, I mean, come on. December 1st, it's here. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. We all saw this coming. As soon as that chill was in the air, once Halloween was done, this song was going to be on the charts. This song is 29 years old and is still as iconic as the day it was released. She's been truly riding this wave, and it is continuing to work for her, and I expect that she will only get higher on the charts as we get further into December and closer to Christmas. Number 2, an interesting one, another big one, Love on Me, Jack Harlow. This song was released about 3 weeks ago, and fans have been loving it. To be honest, not one of my favorites on the list. I think he has better songs, but it's going well for him, and it looks like it's here to stay for a while. Finally, number 1, can you guess? This song is still on here, Greedy by Tate McRae. Now, I didn't know that this song was released all the way back in September, and here we are 3 months later, and it continues to be number 1. It is the Tube Girl TikTok iconic song, and it is a power anthem. It is her first top 10 single, and I will say it's pretty well deserved. That was all for your Hot 200 this week. Thanks for joining me. Let's send it back to the desk.
And welcome back to the second segment of this episode of Nerd Alert. In this segment, we're going to be looking at athletes that we want to eventually become actors who are still in the middle of their professional athletic career. And Trey, I'm going to go to you first here. Who would you like to see?
I'm going to bring in some baseball, since baseball doesn't get enough representation in the cinemas. Bryce Harper, big name in the sport. I think he deserves to be in some sort of movie or film or whatever. Some other options like Mike Trout. You got Aaron Judge. Get Miguel Cabrera in there. I want Miguel Cabrera because he's my favorite player.
Oh, that would
That's
be-
a little biased, but I do kind of want him to be in a movie. No, just a few baseball players to mention. That's all I really got for now. I'll probably think of more as we go.
Yeah, I really like that baseball. Obviously, they don't get as much credit, as they do. Usually, you typically see, the hockey players and the football players, and even basketball always in there. You don't really see many brand ambassadors that are MLB players, at least from what I can see. But yeah, like even like starting out in commercials or whatever, like Miguel Cabrera on a commercial, like.
I know he sung like a song. There was like a baseball coming back song, and he sung that. That was about the closest he got to like the big screens.
Really?
It's funny. I think you should check it out. I don't remember what it's called, but it's Miguel Cabrera MLB song or whatever.
Oh, I'll definitely be checking that. So he's already got a little bit of a music career.
He's already sort of.
Already, which is really good.
It's really funny
for him and all that. But Darian, who you got?
I'm gonna some hockey players that I was thinking of. Probably like Marc-Andre Fleury. I think Flower would definitely be a great actor. Yeah, I mean you could just tell with the way he plays. Like he's definitely a free spirit type of guy. Definitely gonna. I think he'd be a great actor because he's so expressive when he talks. When his you could tell by his face. So I think he'd be a great actor. Another hockey player I think would be kind of funny as an actor would be Brad Marchand. With all the theatrics he puts out on the ice, I think he'd be a great actor as well. As kind of like the comedic relief for a movie. But yeah, maybe another would be like any of the enforcers as like a muscle type character for a movie in terms of hockey, like a Ryan Reeves or a Tom Wilson. I could definitely see them being like playing the one of the main like bodyguards or second head of security for a movie. I could definitely see that as well. And then as far as like other actors from different sports, it'd be funny to see like Victor Wembanyama or like Chet Holmgren, someone just really tall and kind of cast it into that actor position. Because like, I mean, first of all, you could do like thinking choreographically wise, right? You could like do a shot where whoever's the main character is looking just straight up at them, like Kevin Hart, for example, right? Imagine putting Kevin Hart next to Victor Wembanyama, and just seeing that difference in a movie, and have Kevin Hart do like this whole comedic thing off of it. I think would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think absolutely as well. And like going back to like Marc-Andre Fleury, you said already appearing in some commercials already, like with Bauer and CCM.
Yeah.
Absolutely funny, and almost every single one that Fleury does is with Sidney Crosby. They're just so great.
Yeah.
I mean, they work together so great, and it's just what they produce like out on a commercial.
Yeah.
It's funny and enjoyable to watch, and even like I'd be sitting there, I'll just Marc-Andre Fleury and Sidney Crosby commercials.
Yeah,
because,
no, for sure.
I mean, it's just so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that especially when you put athletes together in a movie, they already have that. There's a lot of them that already kind of have that chemistry, whether it's just by the sport they play or they might be on the same team. So then you add that chemistry into a movie, and you can kind of just see it take effect. Not only during when they're playing a game, but also like on outside things. And I think you see that with a lot of athletes and their friend groups. If they're close, like you see them not only play better, but like their relationship off the court is really, really strong. So it definitely, you could tell who would show good chemistry in front of a big screen or a commercial or anything like that, just based off their chemistry on like during their games. But like another thing too, though, kind of getting away from active athletes, going more so into previous athletes that I think would be great actors. I think like basketball players like Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Jeff Teague. You put them in any movie, you're just gonna be laughing because I watch them. They do podcasts, right? A lot of them are on podcasts and they talk, and like they're so smart when it comes to their games, but they're also so funny. Like their personalities just would work so well for comedy, comedic relief, and all that. So I think that there's a lot of past athletes who could also be great actors or influencers or social media streamers, but all that just because of their personality.
I have one older head player that I would love to see in a movie. He is my old batting coach, Bill Madlock. Used to play for the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. So, Bill, if you're watching this, please get a contract. You're going in a movie. I want to see it. I want to see it.
You know, we'd all love to see it. But with all these athletes, you know, when they're playing in movies, most of it are comedies, which I mean, it puts people in the seats to watch the movie. You know, especially if I'm a hockey fan and if you, like you said, Fleury's in a movie, I'm gonna go see that movie because it's Marc-Andre Fleury. I mean, and like the chemistry like between two people, and you know, stuff like that. Like it's enjoyable to watch when you see two people have chemistry, and that even goes for actors today. Is like Adam Sandler, he's always in movies with Kevin James, Shaquille O'Neal, like just guys like those. I mean, they're always together in a movie just because of the chemistry they got and stuff. And I know you went mostly baseball for your picks. You went more hockey and some basketball. I'm going to go football with mine. Now, some of my guys have already made their debuts in the movie industry, but you know, not solely like guys like Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady in a movie.
Yeah.
What's not to like about that? I mean, already in a few cameos, like for 80 for Brady.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they had like a movie that was kind of like centered around a group of like older women, right?
Yeah.
That wanted to go see Brady play.
Yeah, there's a Super Bowl too. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
exactly. And that movie was like, yeah, it was of course about their main characters, but it was also really like about Tom Brady. I think that was kind of cool.
I remember seeing that. I don't actually remember watching it.
Yeah, I remember it was like, I've saw trailers for it, and I've seen trailers for it in the past and other like cameos and stuff, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I've personally not seen it, but like even Ted 2, I believe it was Ted 2, he also made a cameo. I mean, it's great. And then guys like Patrick Mahomes, who does all the State Farm stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Jake from State Farm.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul. Yeah, J.J. Watt. I mean, he's done stuff for SNL before, like his famous Rudy skit. I mean, it's so fun. And even like you put the Kelsey brothers out there.
The whole documentary.
The Kelsey brothers.
Yeah, like the Kelsey brothers documentary. I mean, they're already on their film debut.
Yep.
But like even if you take them, you throw them into a comedy, heck, might as well even put Taylor Swift in there. I mean, because you can't let the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift connection go away.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that again, chemistry wise, you put two people like that together. You know, whether it's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, right? Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, that honestly works really well together. I'm just trying to think. I mean, they have the New Heights podcast that you know works well. You see how well it all works together. And then when Jason Kelce brought his wife on, that chemistry between the three of them was apparent as well. So that was really cool. But I think I kind of want to switch it and turn myself into the host real quick and ask you guys a question. What Waynesburg athlete do you guys think would be great actors? Because me personally, I think Dakota Romatino would be hilarious as an actor. And there's definitely Chris Barish. Put him in a movie. Take over Visions. Come on, put him in a movie. I think he'd be great. But what about you guys? What athletes from Waynesburg do you think would be great?
I think the one with the most personality that I know, because I don't know very many Waynesburg athletes, is Alec Wager. He's on the baseball team, and he's quite the personality. I feel like he could be great in front of cameras. He's very energetic. He's usually the one that hypes us up, so he has that personality to definitely be in a movie, I think.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to end off this segment with my answer. I think Sam Barber or TB3 Tommy Burke III. I mean, both Waynesburg quarterbacks, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, they already have that chemistry already.
I can see it.
So, oh yeah, like I see it. And that is going to do it for the second segment of Nerd Alert. Coming up in the final segment of this episode, we'll be going over some trivia of athletes who are now actors.
Piracy is a crime. If you see someone downloading copyrighted material without paying for it, then you should inform the authorities immediately. If you download any copyrighted material from the internet without paying for it, then you should go to jail.
and welcome back for the final segment of this episode of Nerd Alert of athletes who are now actors. I have a series of trivia questions I'll be asking my panel, Trey Womble and Darian Allensworth here. We're going to do this by whoever raises their hand first will get to answer first. I will give hints if needed, but are you guys ready?
I'm ready as I can be.
All right, so question 1. This actor is often seen flexing his pecs and spending lots of time in the jungle. Darian?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Correct.
I was going to say.
All right, so we got 1-0 Darian Allensworth. All right. Question 2. This ex-athlete is famous for being able to stand incredibly still, but that wouldn't have helped him in the ring.
Batista.
Correct. 1-1. It was Dave Bautista.
Oh, I got one.
All right.
That's all that matters.
All right, question 3. This actor is famous for playing cops and screaming men in soap commercials. Darian?
Bradshaw?
No.
Cops? Is
Yeah.
that what, is that?
Yeah, it is cops. For playing cops and screaming men in soap commercials.
Oh, shoot, what's his name? Terry something. Is it Terry Crews?
Yes. Boom. Right on.
I got
so
two.
what is
I'm
that?
winning?
So we got 2-1 Trey right now.
I'm winning.
Nobody else saw. Oh, okay.
All right.
Next one.
Question 4. While he may not be originally from America, he certainly embodied the American man in these classic films where he mainly shot things.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes. Trey
my
Womble is up
goodness.
3-1 on Darian Allensworth. Wow.
I don't care about wrestling.
All right. Question 5. This basketball player is known for being the original to play ball with Warner Brothers' finest.
Michael
Very-
Jordan.
Yes.
I knew it, but he had his hand up.
3-2.
First.
We only got 3 more questions left already. So
Okay.
you guys are flying through this.
Let's go.
All right. This wrestler is known for 2 things: being unbelievably strong and saving princesses.
John Cena.
No.
Saving princesses?
I don't know any other wrestlers.
Saving princesses. Yeah, you got me lost on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea who this wrestler is.
All right, just say it. No one gets the point.
Andre the Giant.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I'm at, Darian.
I know who
Andre
Andre the Giant is. I just didn't know he was actually in a movie.
Well, I would imagine he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was a big wrestler. Well, really big.
All right, 2 more questions left. Okay. Next question. One of the most famous wrestlers of his time, now he plays big bulls and drives with family. Darian?
John Cena.
Yes, correct. So was it 3-3 now?
Yeah.
So
Game point.
last question. Here we go. The game point.
Put your hand out.
All right. Another Hulk of a man. This time, though, he's more of a sidekick to the general and famous for having a horrible, forgotten superhero movie.
Forgotten superhero movie? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I can repeat it.
Yeah.
Another Hulk of a man. This time, though, he's more of a sidekick to the general and famous for having a horrible, forgotten superhero movie.
Can you say what sport they played?
Basketball.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes.
Let's go!
Trey Womble wins this
There's no
edition
way I won a sports.
trivia.
There's no reason I should have won an athlete competition.
I mean, when 4 of 5 of the questions were wrestlers, I mean, it kind of gets unfair
Woo!
advantage, but whatever.
Yeah, but they're well-known actors, though.
Yeah, some of them were, some of them were.
There's Andre the
I
Giant.
mean, Andre the Giant, which I
I
had
had
no
no
idea
idea.
who it was, but
I had no idea.
Let's be honest, wrestling, it's not even athletics, it's just acting.
Hey, they have to be athletic to act.
yeah, they must all. I mean, they're all well-known
Yeah, that's
for
true.
athletes and acting.
Yeah,
but
It was a good game.
that is going to do
idea.
Oh,
it. that is going to do it for this episode of Nerd Alert. Again, I'm your host, Tyler Aaron, along with my panel, Trey Womble and Darian Allensworth. We will have one more episode for you guys next week, the final episode of 2023 for Nerd Alert. So have a great day, everyone.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.